This is the wildest Olive Garden story I've ever heard. This restaurant story has it all: a satanic ritual, a crazy guy with a gun, a forced marriage, and a confrontation at an Olive Garden. And this story all started when a concerned mom in Pennsylvania called in a welfare check for her daughter. And when the concerned mom had contacted authorities, she said that she wanted this welfare check done because she hadn't spoke to her daughter in a few days and she had been tracking her whereabouts on her phone. She told police that the phone had stopped moving and the location that it is now at was an Olive Garden in New Hampshire. So authorities had to act fast because, yeah, her location had been moving for days. And now that it had finally come to a stop, the cops had a very short window for them to get there. Several New Hampshire police pull up into the parking lot of Olive Garden, and I guess all this commotion, the lady that was being held hostage felt like, hey, this is my time, and she sprinted from the table, running out the door to the officers, screaming for help. She's screaming, hyperventilating, and she's asking for protection from a man named Daniel Hewlett. The officers went inside the Olive Garden to grab Daniel, and the other ones that were outside consoling the victim started realizing some things about her. They noticed several cigarette burns all over her legs, and they noticed that her hand had a huge cut in it. As officers are calming her down, she starts telling them this wild story. She's telling the officers that Daniel had held her at gunpoint in her home in Pennsylvania and demanded that she get in the car and travel with him to New Hampshire. If not, he was going to her and her whole family. So worried about their safety and her own, she reluctantly got in the car at gunpoint with Daniel. She's alleging that as they got closer to New Hampshire, he informed her that they were stopping by the courthouse because they were going to get married. She's telling them that there was a conversation before they went into the courthouse in which Daniel allegedly had threatened her again, her and her family, if she didn't go through with this marriage or if she caused a scene in the courthouse. She followed Daniel inside the courthouse and they did get married, and once they got back out to the car, he put her in the driver's seat as he held her at gunpoint and was telling her where to go because a satanic cult was after them. After they were married and right before they went into the Olive Garden for lunch, Daniel allegedly cut the victim's arm in order to perform a satanic ritual after their wedding. Now, I understand that even Satanists have to eat, but why he chose the Olive Garden, I don't know. But you can imagine the cops are hearing this story and they're blown away. Finally, the other cops come out of the Olive Garden with Daniel in tow, and of course, he's denying all of these allegations as they have him handcuffed and they put him in the back of the police car till they can get all this figured out. The cops did search his vehicle and they did find the gun, a knife, and a satanic Bible. And apparently, Daniel had been living like on a campground and he had a history of domestic violence and DUIs. Now, not much more has been given about this case because all these details come out today, and all of this happened over the weekend in New Hampshire. But man, Olive Garden can't stay out of the news.